Hello and welcome back to another video on Macorlee Travels, and obviously I am not in Hurghada, Egypt anymore. What I realised coming to edit the video was that I forgot to do my intro because we got picked up at 1 AM and it was such a long busy day that it just totally flew out of my brain to do it, and I didn't do it any other day either. But yeah, today's video is going to like the Temple of Karnak and so many other different places. It was absolutely amazing, and yeah, I do hope you enjoy today's video. We're going to crack on and we'll go back to Egypt now. So just before we start the trip, I just want to say this whole day was planned through GetYourGuide. I will leave the link to the exact tour that we did down in the description. So we've now arrived at Karnak Temple. We've had our little tour. They spoke about some of the history, and now we're going to have a little walk around on our own, get some nice pictures, some nice videos, and have a little bit of a chill, maybe find some shade. It is absolutely roasting here and there's barely any shade anywhere. The Temple of Karnak is one of the largest and most impressive ancient temple complexes in Egypt. Located in Luxor, it took over 1,500 years to build and is dedicated mainly to the god Amun, along with Mut and Honsu. It's famous for its huge columns, especially in the Great Hypostyle Hall, which has 134 massive stone pillars. You will also find giant statues, sacred lakes, and beautifully carved hieroglyphics throughout the site. Karnak wasn't just a temple, it was a sacred city and a major religious centre in ancient Egypt. Walking through it feels like stepping back in time, and it's a must visit if you're visiting Luxor. So we've now come to the end of our free time. We're going to head back to the bus to move on to the next location, but we're gasping for a drink and a bit of shade, so
we're going to check it out.
Yeah, it's time to chill out and try and figure out how and where we're supposed to be meeting this group. So we're now done at the temple and we're going to head into the town, have a little walk around there. He said view something there, I can't remember the name of it, and then the River Nile cruise, and then pop across to go and have some lunch, which he said was like a buffet style one, so looking forward to some grub. So we've now come to the harbour section to take the boat along the River Nile, and they look really cute. I'm going to give you a spin around. I think it's one of these little ones just down in the corner. The River Nile cruise is one of the most relaxing and scenic ways to explore Egypt. It takes you along the River Nile, the longest river in the world, usually between Luxor and Aswan, where many of Egypt's most famous ancient sites are located. We were so lucky to get this little private boat on the way to our meal, and honestly, it was amazing. So we're now at Valley of the Kings, which consists of 3 different tombs, each one forming like, I think it was like he was saying about like natural pyramids with the sandstone, which made perfect conditions for storing them, and it was all very natural sort of thing. So yeah, let's have a walk around and have a see what some of these tombs are like. The Valley of the Kings is a famous ancient burial site near Luxor on the west bank of the Nile. It was used for over 500 years as the final resting place of the pharaohs and powerful nobles from the New Kingdom period. There are over 60 tombs carved deep into the desert rock, including the famous tomb of Tutankhamun. Many tombs are beautifully decorated with colourful hieroglyphics and wall paintings, showing scenes from the Egyptian mythology and the journey to the afterlife. It's one of Egypt's most incredible historical sites and gives you a real glimpse into the lives and the afterlives of the ancient kings. This is a must-see when visiting Luxor. So we've done all the tombs now. We're going to head over back to the bus and on to the next location. So we just got to this little shop and it's absolutely stunning. Everything is like completely coordinated. Everything is so cute and set out nicely and really heavy good materials. And we're now on with the last location for the day, Hatshepsut, if I pronounce that right. Obviously the name will be along the bottom. We've not had any information of what this place is so far, but we're gonna go for it and try not die from this heat or the cars hitting us. I'm not gonna lie to you, walking through something like that is like an absolute obstacle course. Like people throwing themselves at you left, right and centre. It's insane. The Temple of Hatshepsut is a stunning ancient temple located near the Valley of the Kings in Luxor. It was built for the Queen Hatshepsut, one of the few female pharaohs of ancient Egypt. The temple is famous for its unique terrace design, blending beauty into the cliffs behind it. It has 3 levels, long ramps, grand columns and beautiful carvings that tell her story of her reign, including her famous expedition to Punt, the land and trade and wealth. It's one of the most impressive and elegant temples in Egypt. It's peaceful, powerful and full of history, a must-visit spot when you're exploring Luxor. And that is going to be the end of today's video. It's been an amazing day. I just think we could have done with some more time in some of the places and not being so rushed. But if you like tours and all the information, then it'd have been perfect for you. For me, it just didn't properly work. Also, meeting Gun, apologies if I haven't said your name right. Was amazing meeting you. And I will link her Instagram down in the comments. Sorry, a little bit tipsy because I've had a few drinks which were very unplanned. But I do hope you've enjoyed today's video, and if you have, please like, comment and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification button so you don't miss a post. So keep exploring the world one footprint at a time, and until next week, adios.